Hello everybody, my name is Dee and welcome to Books and Quirks. Today is Friday, so it's time for another Friday Reads. I am in the middle of a whole bunch of books at the moment. I wasn't sure at the beginning of the week what I wanted to read. I was in a little bit of a slump for a couple of days after The Lies of Locke Lamora. So let me start with that one. So that was the first book that I finished, well, the only book that I finished this week. So my buddy read ended on Monday, I think, or Tuesday, I can't remember. And although I really enjoyed the buddy read aspect of the book, like I always enjoy buddy reads, the book itself didn't really hit the mark for me. I did wind up giving it 3 stars because I enjoyed the beginning and I enjoyed aspects of the end, but the entire middle was really a struggle to get through. It's a really slow moving book. But I did have a couple other issues with it. I never really got attached to the characters or what was happening. The author spent a lot of time detailing things that didn't really have anything to do with the story, like their meals, what they were having for dinner. That's just an example. But I'm not going to really be doing a full review of this book because I think that just like Lincoln in the Bardo, my opinion is really in the minority, and a lot of people really do love this book. So I think that if you're thinking of giving this book a try, you should listen to other reviews of this book on BookTube, people that really did enjoy it. It just wasn't for me personally, and that's just, a personal thing having to do with my own particular tastes. So that was the book that I finished this week. So then after The Lies of Locke Lamora, I wasn't sure what I wanted to read. I felt a little bit in a slump because that was such a struggle. That book was such a struggle to get through. So I asked a couple of booktubers for recommendations of some cozy mysteries because I thought that is something that I really could get into. Something fun, easy, short, and yeah, so I got some awesome recommendations. So I picked one of their recommendations, and the book that I'm currently in the middle of is Maisie Dobbs. Maisie Dobbs is a mystery series, and I picked up the first book in the series. And the author, I just had to look it up for a second because I'm reading it on ebook. The author is Jacqueline Winspear, and Maisie Dobbs takes place in London. It's about a character named Maisie who sets up her own sort of detective agency, and I believe it's the 1930s that this book is taking place in. And it's a whole lot of fun. It's kind of mystery coupled with historical fiction. There's no romance. Historical fiction a little bit, and also a little bit of, comedy, like a comedy of manners, so to speak. So I'm currently right in the middle of that book. I'm really loving it. I just didn't have a chance to read the last couple of days, last couple of evenings. So I hope to really get into that tonight and maybe even finish it. It's only 300 pages, so it's not a big book at all, and it's really an easy, fun, fast read. And yeah, I'm really glad that I got that recommendation, and it's just a whole lot of fun. The next book that you all know that I'm currently in the middle of is Team of Rivals. Here's the book that you've been seeing every week by Doris Kearns Goodwin, and I'm currently on page 330, so I read a little bit over 100 pages this week, and yeah, just continuing on with this and absolutely loving it. But like I said, the past couple of weeks, there's a lot of information to take in, so I'm just taking it slow with a little bit each day. The next book that I'm reading, that I'm currently also right smack in the middle of, is The Real Life Downton Abbey, which is how life was really lived in estate manors during the Edwardian era, and that's by Jackie Hymes. This is one of the picks that I picked for Nonfiction November along with Team of Rivals. And I'm really loving this book. So this book is just kind of a real life account of what you saw in the show Downton Abbey. I'm not sure if how many of you out there was a fan of the show. I was a huge fan. I'm still obsessed with it. I've watched it more than once because it's available on Amazon Prime as well. And whenever, I feel like doing nothing but watching TV, I usually turn on one of the episodes. So so this book just details what it was like both from each family members in the estate as well as each servant. And it goes through everything, their day-to-day activities, what they had to do in terms of their job. It goes through each and every servant and each and every family member and what was expected of them, what was expected of the estate, salaries, all of that stuff, relationships, it's a lot of detail, but I personally enjoy it. And I think, the only people that really would enjoy this book like me, I think, are people either A, who absolutely loved the show Downton Abbey and want to learn more, or just are interested in history in general, and like that type of thing. So this focuses on just kind of country houses, country manners, and yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. It focuses mostly on the Edwardian era at the turn of the century, but it does give you a little bit of a background of the Victorian era as well, but mostly Edwardian. So the only other book that I'll be picking up this week is something that you saw in my Friday reads a couple of weeks ago, but I wound up really never getting to it except for reading a few pages, and that is The Darkest Magic by Morgan Rhodes. This is just the dust jacket, but yeah, I really love this author. I really love this series. I just wasn't in the mood for it that week. So I read a few more pages this week, and I think I will continue on with it because it is, I am getting into it once again. So there you have it. That was my quick Friday read. So I'm in the middle of quite a few things, but luckily I am enjoying all of those things because I really thought at the beginning of the week, I thought, oh no, I don't want to get into some slump. That would really stink. And I mean, it doesn't happen to me that often, but it can happen. But yeah, so I'm really happy, and once I finish these books, I probably will do a review of a few of them, but not Lies of Lucklemore, I don't think. It's just another minority opinion. So that is all I have for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you all have a good weekend planned. Have some fun, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.